didn't see you there. It's the Natural here. Welcome to the Bedit Show for yet another one for this week. And we've got some huge, humongous games this week in a feast.
Oh my god! Yes!
Of absolute cracking fixtures. But we're going to kick it off with the biggest one, which is Liverpool versus Chelsea. Two teams that are unbeaten so far in the Premier League. And we're going to start off with Liverpool, who have won 7 games in a row, but that ended then midweek, against Chelsea, who they play this weekend. Who the funk it, hey?
Not me.
Who the funk it? And sort of, Liverpool, we could say they play a weekend team, midweek, but who gives a shit? It's the Carabao, nobody gives a cup. But pretty much you take the Carabao Cup out of the way. Liverpool's start to the season has been excellent. Jurgen Klopp has been the best start to a season that any Liverpool manager has ever made. 7 wins, including the game against PSG, which they won. But they got a comfortable win at the weekend against Southampton, which you should expect him to wipe the floor with Southampton, because Southampton are not a good team. As for Chelsea, new manager in Sarri, who's playing Sarri ball with Jorginho and Kante, who's a different role this season. But the player has definitely blossomed since Sarri has been at Chelsea, has definitely been Eden Hazard. He has been revolutionised and a revolution.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's been totally a different player since he came back from the World Cup. Because you look at the player that was under Antonio Kante when he played against Newcastle last game of the season, he looked absolutely disinterested. He wanted to leave. There's always speculation of him going to Real Madrid, and that's all died down now. Maybe it will probably come back in the summer, but he's definitely been excellent. His goal against Liverpool was absolutely typical world-class strike from a world-class player. And to be perfectly honest, is Eden Hazard the best player in the Premier League? I think he is. Maybe people will say maybe Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Sergio Aguero, Harry Kane, Christian Eriksen.
Okay.
And the list goes on. For me, he is for me right now the best player in the Premier League. For me, he is. But in this game, Chelsea and Liverpool, Chelsea have a decent record against Liverpool. But to be perfectly honest, Liverpool haven't beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge since Jose Mourinho's last season as manager of Chelsea. And we're continuing to score that absolutely phenomenal goal. But to be perfectly honest, I don't see a lot in this game. Both teams play the same way, both attacking football. Probably Liverpool have a better defence, but Chelsea have a very good home record this season. But I'm going for a 2-2 draw, and I think it's going to be full of goals. Two teams that are definitely looking to pick one each. Sort of two teams that are trying to fight for Man City for the title this year, even though I think Liverpool are pretty much Man City's closest challengers. But I expect Chelsea to have a really good season this year. I think Sarri's playing some really good football, and we all know when Chelsea sack a manager and bring a manager in, it's just a whole different atmosphere at that football club. The only club in the world that can do that. But I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Now we're heading to Madrid in Spain, where we're talking about the Madrid derby between Liga Madrid and Real Madrid. Real Madrid will kick off there. They lost midweek. I never thought I'd say that. Against Sevilla. And also Barcelona lost to Leganés. When's the last time Barcelona and Real Madrid lost in the same game on the same day? 2015. Who won the league that year? Atletico. That's incredible, really.
Wow.
Sweet Mary Jesus. Wow. But as for Atletico, Real Madrid, you take the Sevilla game out of the way, they actually really are playing really good football. Asensio is definitely getting Real Madrid. Looks like maybe Ronaldo gone, Asensio now can fill the void. You can also think Bale and Benzema have also been an excellent run of form. Sergio Ramos has definitely been the leader, even though I don't really rate him as a defender. But as a leader, he's definitely one of the best. And they have the best player right now, for me, in the world, in Luka Modric. Goodness me, he won the best award midweek, and fully deserved for me. His contribution to Real Madrid for winning 3 Champions Leagues, and also for single-handedly getting Croatia to the final of the World Cup. For me, yes, people must say, well, Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale, yes, but who strings passes together? Who keeps that midfield ticking? He does, and I'm a massive fan of his. one of the best midfield players in the world, and it still kicks me in the teeth that Newcastle could have bought him. That one just pisses me off. But going to Atletico Madrid now, they've had an iffy start. They lost, win, and then they drew, and then they won, and then they won this week, then they won midweek. So they've had a sort of a snaky start to the season. But they're now in a good run form. Can they get this in now? They're starting to get Thomas Lemar, Griezmann, and many other players that they've signed, and Diego Costa. Can they all work as a team now? Maybe it just takes time for the players to gel and sort of thing like that. But I don't expect Atletico Madrid. Actually, I don't think Atletico Madrid will beat Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid will win this game. I think they will get back to winning ways and beat Atletico Madrid. There are rivals, 2-1 in a very hot anticipated match. Now heading to Italy, where we're talking about Juventus versus Napoli. Two teams that were fighting tooth and nail for the Scudetto last season, and two teams that are first and second in Serie after 6 matches. After 7 matches, how many matches we played? First and second in Serie after 7 games. But we're going to start with Juventus. Their best start to the season since 1931. As for Napoli, they've also had a very okay start to the season. Like, they beat Lazio, they beat AC Milan. Look, the only beat what's in front of you. The only hiccup this season so far has definitely been the 3-0 thrashing at Sampdoria, where Quagliarella scored that beautiful, gorgeous little back heel goal. I still love that goal. Okay. I still love that goal. That goal is just you want to see that goal again and again and again. And Juventus, Ronaldo's now scoring goals now. They're sort of now starting to work as a team. The ball scored in midweek, so he's now starting to maybe look like get a couple of goals under his belt to get some form into him. But this is a game where Napoli won last year, 1-0 thanks to Koulibaly's header, which we all thought when they beat Juventus at Juventus, they're going to be the team. They're going to win the Scudetto, but then they just bottled it and pretty much did the Spurs. But do I think Juventus will beat Napoli this weekend? No, I'm going for a 1-1 draw because Carlo Ancelotti, I think, is a shrewd manager. He will go there to set a team up, try not to lose, and I think that's what he'll do, even though it's probably not what Napoli will see. But you're playing at Juventus. I think Juventus' little swing start to the season with 7 wins in a row, I think will end with Napoli getting a 1-1 draw, a point at Juventus. Now we're heading to Germany, where we're talking about Leverkusen versus Borussia Dortmund. And Bayer Leverkusen won the midweek quite convincing, but not as convincing as Borussia Dortmund, who put 7 past Nuremberg. And pick of the goals really was Marco Reus, who looks like definitely fitter than he's ever been. He's now the captain, he's now the leader of that team. He, for me, is the talisman for this team now. Yes, they have a young they got Christian Pulisic and the young English winger in Sancho. But the fact of the matter is, he, for me, is the main man of this team right now. They don't have our centre forward, don't have like a big number 9. You can call like maybe they had last season in the term of the end of the season, like Batshuayi or even a Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But what they have now is sort of a young team that are hungry and determination to try and do something this season, and they've got a fantastic manager in Julian Farfar, who's definitely the best at getting the best out of players. We've seen that at Nice when he got the best out of Ben Arfa. We've seen that even with Balotelli and Cristiano Pella, who's now Borussia Mönchengladbach. So he's definitely the best at doing that. I expect Dortmund to breeze through past Leverkusen, even though Leverkusen are now starting to feel like maybe they now know what their best team is. Because they bought some players. Leon Bailey was down to a long-term contract. Maybe he's starting to just pick up form at the right time. But Dortmund have a really good record at Leverkusen, and I expect that to continue with a 3-1 win against Bayer Leverkusen. Now heading back to Italy, we're talking about the Rome derby between Roma and Lazio. And these two teams have had different, and I mean different, ways of starting the season. Lazio, who lost their first 2 games of the season, pretty much 2 tough games you could say. Roma started the season with 2 wins. And then it all just went different directions. Lazio are now 3rd in the league, and Roma are now 10th in the league. I know Roma won midweek, 4-0 win, convincing against Panama. And Lazio also won this weekend. But Lazio look like to be getting back to what they feel. They got a massive win at the weekends, and now they're sort of now feeling, okay, we have a Mobley, maybe wait to see if he can sign a new contract. They got Mitrovic. They've also got Correa. He's got a banging goal in midweek. And they look a really decent team this year, that's so. And they definitely look like maybe this could be the season. They could just snip into that top 4 for Champions League football, because for me, they fucked it up in the last game of the season against Inter Milan. Inter Milan, the reason why they got top 4 was thanks to Mario Icardi, because he was absolutely revolutionary to them last season. As for Roma, I just feel like, I look at Roma's team, yes, they have some really good players, but do they have a team? I'll wait and see on that. They do miss Nangolan, who they sold to Enter, but I think they lack a leader in that midfield. Then Steven Nzonzi can be, but I don't think Steven Nzonzi is a leader other than Nangolan, to be honest. But they've also got many other players. They sold Strootman, who I thought was a really interesting one. But the midfield is where I think they're losing it so far this season, Roma. But they're back to, hopefully they can back it up this weekend with a win. I don't think they will. I think Lazio will win this weekend, and I think they're going for a 3-2 win. I think Immobile and Savic, along with maybe even Correa, will chip in with goals and assists. I also think Roma, without Edin Dzeko, it's just not the same. It just looks like a team that are struggling to score goals. Now we're heading to the London Stadium where West Ham versus Manchester United. Oh boy, these two teams have had a whole hell bent on seasons so far. As for look, West Ham, first 4 games, lost their first 4 matches, and there was, oh god, no, we're going to be relegated. Oh, doom and gloom with West Ham United. Then they went to Everton, and Yarmolenko scored 2 beautiful goals, and Ivanovic with me was man of the match. And then they got a really good draw, a goalless draw, against Chelsea, where they're very defensive, very sound, and for me were excellent, to be honest. And that's the way you have to play for me if you're going to play against the top 6. Just try and make points. And I think that's a decent point for West Ham, which gives confidence into the team. And Declan Rice, who I hope the love of God, he finally just figures out, are you going to be playing for England, or are you going to stay with the Ireland national team? Pick a decision, kid, because right now you just walk in, you just single-handedly you're a very talented player, and I want you back in the Ireland team as soon as possible. But make a decision. Fuck me, just make a decision. But he's been one of the players that stood out this season, along with Ivanovic. Those two really been colossal to them as well. Felipe Anderson maybe to take some time to get used to. Permanently, Yarmolenko come in. He's done well, even though his header against Chelsea was so far wide. It was embarrassing at times. As for Manchester United, where do I start with them? Well, they got a little bit of form, beat Burnley, beat Watford, and beat Young Boys. What's the problem? This is the problem. Mourinho and Pogba are the problems, because it doesn't matter if Man United win a game, lose a game, draw a game, they're still unhappy. They're most miserable as fuck. Pogba has been single-handedly Man United's best player this season. He's scored the goals. I think he's the top goal scorer this season. He's linked the goals up, including the goal at the weekend for Fred, who scored his first goal of the season. But I have no excuse as a person, and even a human being, for the childish behaviour that's going on in Man United, especially midweek against Derby County, and you got beat by a championship team. And this isn't like, oh, you lost some penalties. They were walloped by Derby. Derby were the better team. Derby played Manchester United off the pitch. And that's all I've got to say. And for me, Mourinho and Pogba should just, I don't know, I get it, you don't like each other. I get it. I don't like a lot of people in life. I don't like having a bunch of YouTubers on the whole fucking YouTube channel. You're playing for Manchester United, you're playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, you're going to have a shit ton of money. Just work together or find a solution to know what's best for the team. If it means I get Mourinho stripped Pogba of the vice captaincy, but for the love of God, just get on with it. I'm sick of this, man. It's been going on. I know what's going to happen. Mourinho will be sacked before 2019. I'm 100% positive of that, by the way. But the fact of the matter is, Pogba is also to blame, and I just see this continuing and festering until one of these two are out of the club. And for me, it's the manager, not the players. Player power has become huge in the world today. We've seen it with Ranieri, who got stabbed in the back by Leicester. Chelsea done it so many times with the likes of Mourinho, Antonio Conte. Arsenal sacked Arsene Wenger. Well, you could say sacked him because the players were fed up with his tactics. So I just see this one option. I only see this going one way, which I would definitely see Mourinho will not be there next season, and he definitely won't be there in 2018. And Pogba, we'll wait and see if he's going to be Man United or going to Barca or Real, Bayern, whatever. But going to this game, I know I'm getting a little bit off topic, but going back to the game, I'm going for 1-1 draw. But if Marko Arnautovic starts this game, West Ham will nick this. But I'm only judging it if he's not starting. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Now head to France, where we're talking about Lille versus Marseille. Marseille and Lille are joint on 13 points. Marseille are third and Lille were fourth. Lille had an excellent start to the season. Unlike last season, I think they're in the bottom three, maybe even rock bottom, with a horrific start, even though Bielsa, that's right, Bielsa, who's now the Leeds manager, I think Leeds United are top of the league in the Championship, was manager last year in the league earned for Lille. Wow, that's crazy to say. But Lille had a very good start to the season. They've got about 4 minutes, no loss against Bordeaux in midweek. But as for Marseille, they just beat Strasbourg 3-2, and they're sort of right now not really doing anything. Marseille, they're sort of just they're at a bus stop, and they don't really know where to go. They don't really know, oh, should I get on this bus, or do I wait for the next bus, or whatever. And that's what Marseille are right now. They're sort of stuck, and they don't know what direction they're going in. They got beat convincingly by Lyon midweek at the weekend, and then they just beat Strasbourg 3-2. You know, Strasbourg, for me, were really unlucky to lose that game. And I just don't see it. And do I see Marseille finishing in the top 3 this season? Well, the way it's going, probably no, to be honest. I know Monaco had a terrible start to the season, but look at Marseille, they're not any better. Payet scores a world-class goal. Where's he been in the last 2 matches? Fucking nowhere, because he's a fraud of a player. I keep saying it, I haven't fucking changed my decision. Until Payet is consistently scoring goals, buying goals in, unlike he did at West Ham for 1 season, I am still not convinced. But anyway, go back to this game. I just think Marseille win this game 2-0, thanks to Florian Thauvin, who will probably banging 2 goals. And that just leaves last game, which we're going to head back to Germany, which is Hertha Berlin versus Bayern Munich. 2 teams that have definitely had interesting midweek fixtures. Bayern Munich drew 1-1. As for Hertha, they lost their first game of the season, so against Werder Bremen. But apart from that, both teams have been great, doing really well, doing fantastically. Not really, to be honest. Bayern Munich won the way of the title again. For the love of God, please be a Bundesliga title this year. Please. But Hertha definitely been the surprise package so far this season in the Bundesliga. You know, they've had a fantastic start. I know they lost midweek. But can they continue their great form going into Bayern Munich? Yes. I know Hertha, I think, beat Bayern last season in Berlin. So they can, but it's going to be difficult. But I expect Bayern to get back on the horse like they always do. I think they'll wipe the floor with Hertha Berlin 4-1, and Lewandowski will bang a hat-trick. So guys, that's the end of the prediction for this episode. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. And don't forget to subscribe and smash that fucking bell. Anyway, please like, subscribe, the natural.